Well, Happy New Year, everyone. How are y'all doing? So glad to see you all another day. And another year, matter of fact. Yeah, 2020 was rough. But actually, what did we learn? We learned that we could do what? Trust God no matter what. Isn't that good news? That's good news to me. I can not only trust Him at 8, at 6, but at 16, 25, 36, 86, and 96. I can trust God no matter what. And you guys are learning that at a very young age. Wow. Nobody else could ever talk about something like that happening an entire year. Imagine being in the classroom, learning day after day after day. You trust God no matter what. Have you ever had a math problem? The same test 1 as test 2? It was much easier to test 2, wasn't it? And 3 and 4 and 365. You start to really believing that you knew the answer. The answer is what? We could trust God no matter what. It's fantastic. Well, this year, I want to learn something else? I think it'll be really helpful. Yeah, you can use it day after day, and you could also use it once you get older. Just as the same way we learn we can trust God no matter what. This one, once you start doing this one now, it'll be much easier to do it when you get Mr. Edwards' age. I like to read it to y'all. You got a second? Take a look at it. I should treat others the way I want to be treated. I should treat others the way I want to be treated. It sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? It is, but it becomes very complex. When all we think about is I, and me, and myself. We always think about what I want, what's good for me, and this is mine. We don't humble ourselves. We don't look on other people's needs like we look at our own. We gotta have a different mindset. Y'all want to try to do that this year? I'm telling you, it will be extremely helpful. We can learn to what? Treat others the way we want to be treated. Just how we want to be treated. This month, we're going to try to help you in a really big way. It's a big word, but it means a lot of little things. Let me show it to you. Responsibility. Showing you can be trusted with what's expected of you. Responsibility. Showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Let me ask y'all this. Do you all have responsibilities at home? Sure you do. You got to deliver the mail. You got to go to court. You got to do open heart surgery. You got to be a firefighter. Those are not things that you all do. You got to play in an NBA basketball game. You got to pitch in the World Series. You got to sit on the chairman of the finance committee. You got to be the CEO of. You got to be the financial. None of that stuff. Why not? Oh, I forgot. That's not you all's responsibility. We're not asked to do something that we don't have the ability to do. Let's look at it again. Responsibility. Showing you could be trusted with what is expected of you. You're not expected to be a fireman. You're not expected to be the CFO of a company. So nobody's disappointed that you're not. However, there's some things that you can do now that can help you when that time comes. You don't think so? There's no need me trying to explain it to you, is it? Y'all still have your echo buttons? Let's shine them up real good. Right finger there. Echo buttons on. Suppose you can be trusted with something very little, then you can also be trusted with something very large. Suppose you can be trusted with something very little, then you can be trusted with something very large. Luke chapter 16, verse 10. Echo buttons off. No need me trying to make up something. Let's read it from the truth. Luke says it right there. If we could be trusted with something very small, then we could be the fireman. Then we could be the attorney. Then we could be the whatever it is we want to be. But what about the little things? Don't you all have responsibilities? Responsibilities like what? Yeah, cleaning up your room. Washing dishes. Maybe even cutting the grass. What else? Yeah. What about that other responsibility? The one we initially talked about? Yeah. Treating our little brother, our little sister the way we want to be treated. Yeah, that's our responsibility. Yeah, you don't have to be a fire chief to do that. You can sleep right in the top bunk and do it. You can sleep right in the next room and do it. Or we could do a lot of other things with this responsibility. If y'all got a minute, maybe I can help you all. Is it worth it? Yeah, absolutely. Y'all know what these are? Card games and board games. Well, you could sit down and play with 2. You can play with 4. Some even you can play with 6. You can play with your friends, cousins, or even people that you've never met. But with those games and all the other games, what is one thing everybody has to do? Yeah, they gotta play. They don't have to finish. They all have to follow the rules. Yeah, they all gotta follow the rules. Well, oftentimes the rules are there, and they're there to be able to prevent us from doing one thing or another. No, they're not to put somebody at a disadvantage versus another person. They're the same rules as it's the rules that your parents make it, or even the rules in this world. What's a good rule that you think that helps you or prevents you from getting hurt? Yeah. Look both ways before you walk across the street. Always chew your food. Never run in the hallway. I say that so many times. Well, what can happen is this. If you run in the hallway 100 times and nothing happens, you say it's okay. But the one time that you run in the hallway and you trip over your foot and break one of your front teeth, all those other 100 times that you ran and nothing happened didn't matter. Because now you have a broken tooth that maybe or maybe not be able to be fixed. Or maybe even worse, like the first example. You can walk to the crosswalk and not look across the street 100 times. But the 101st time that you don't look both ways and don't check, that's the time that you can get hit by a car. None of those other 100 times matter at all. We can't go back. That's what rules are for. They're rules to be able to help us. Rules are not there to make life not fun or to prevent us from doing something we enjoy. Rules are there to prevent us from doing something that could be hurtful today or even tomorrow. It's like playing with a snake. You play with a snake, eventually it's going to bite you. Sure, you can talk about the brother snake, this and that, but keep playing with it. It's going to happen. It was designed to do that. No other reason. That's what it does. Many other things that rules keep you from, they're all designed to hurt you. Yeah. The outcome is so much worse whenever that, whatever it is, happens. It doesn't matter about how many times you got away with it. It's so hurtful. It's so damaging. It's so painful when the time it really happened. And it never even matters about all the times that you thought you were getting away with it. That's why rules are meant to be followed. It's our what? It's our responsibility. You don't gotta go put out a house fire. You can't do that. You're just a child. We're given the opportunity to be able to say, if friends can't come over while our parents aren't there, our friends can't come over. It's our responsibility. So, are we being asked to do something we can't do? Not at all. We're being asked to do something we should do is something that will help us. I've got a story for y'all. Because oftentimes, when you are told to do something and you think you're getting away with it, or you think you just don't have to do it, you're being tricked. But I'm going to talk to you about somebody today that knew they were trying to be tricked, but had the right answer for them. Hopefully, you all can listen to the answer. It'll help you all. Be right back. Told you I'll be back. So a long time ago, God had laws that the people should follow. You couldn't count them on your hands, nor your hands and your feet. They were written down, they were passed down from generation to generation. It was actually 613 laws. But see, all the laws were there to be able to help them. Not to do this, not to do this, because those things would actually not be good. They also added 7 others to be able to help them with the 613. God was trying to help. Same way he's trying to help us today. So, Jesus was coming into the city. And Jesus always had hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people that followed him. Well, there was a group of people. They just didn't like Jesus. They were actually the people that all they believed was, if we can keep all the laws, we'll be fine. But actually, they weren't keeping all the laws. They just made it seem like that way, just to be able to make themselves feel like they were better than other people. And Jesus, knowing all things, knew it. So one of the guys said to Jesus, of these laws, which one is the greatest? He was trying to trick Jesus. He was trying to have Jesus say one law and then say, what about this, back and forth. Jesus, having the Spirit of God, knowing all things, said, what? I could actually show it to you. Check it out. Turn to Matthew chapter 22, verse 37 through 40. And it reads this way. And Jesus replied, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul. Love him with all your mind. This is the first and most important commandment. And the second is like it. Love your neighbor as yourself. Everything that is written in the law and the prophets is based on these 2 commandments. Jesus simplified it, so it wouldn't be any argument. He said love God first. If you look in other scriptures, Jesus says, if you love me, you'll keep my commandments. We're asked to love God first. Well, to be able to love God, you got to be able to what? Know him. How do you know him? Yeah. You open up the book. He tells you who he is. He tells you who he is by what he's did for him, her, them, and even us today and us tomorrow. He tells you what he doesn't like. He tells you what he likes. He tells you how he's taking somebody from a terrible situation and been their salvation. He's told a group of people that he was their salvation. He tells another guy how he's his strength. He's the same God today as he was back then. So guess what? It could be there for us today. We just got to be able to, what? Yeah. We got to want to be able to know him. That's how we start loving. It's hard to love something you don't know. All we have to do is take time, open up the book and read. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John tells us the Gospels. They give first-hand account, witness of what Jesus said and he did to give us hope that we may have faith in him. That lets us know that even when it's tough to treat others the way we want to be treated, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt it's the right thing to do. Which that was not saying it's going to be easy. But it's worth it. Wait. You all, yeah, you're young, but there's a lot of things that you all do that's not easy, and it's worth it. Learning the lyrics to a song. It wasn't easy, but it became worth it when you could sing along with everybody else. Making a basketball shot. It wasn't easy, but it became worth it. Where you can show everybody how you can shoot. Cleaning your room. Helping somebody with dishes. Learning how to make a cake. All those things, it was a little bit of fear because you hadn't done it before. But guess what? It became worth it. Then it became your responsibility because you're able to do it. So yeah, grab those groceries for mom, grandma, before they get in the house, when they get out of the car. Yeah. Clean up your room without being asked. Wash dishes without being asked. Make up your bed. Clean up the bathroom. Whatever it is it may be. Do those things. Because guess what? You're doing what? Treating others the way you want to be treated. And make your parents proud. Because that's how you would want to be treated. That's how we do what? Yeah. Love the Lord, our God, with all our mind, heart, and our soul. That's how we love others. So take time. Remember, treat others the way they want to be treated. You think that's hard? Doesn't matter. Is it worth it? I think it is. We just learned last year we can trust God no matter what. So this year, we could build on it. Just like any other building block. Check it out.